Hello everybody, this is Muvva doing BB LLB Honours from VICKY University. So for the long time, I longed to make this video for every pet owner, animal lover or any person who is in contact with canines. Please take a few minutes out to watch this video until the end. Do share it as much as possible and I promise you won't regret it. I'm here to share a story of my journey with a wonderful soul, Vicky. Me and my family have adopted Vicky when he was just 1 month old. Though my parents initially resisted and refused to let him stay with us, he impressed them, breaking all the barriers by even sacrificing his puppy time with his mother and other little sibling puppies, and was very particular to remain with us. Seeing his strong intention to be with us, which he expressed in many ways, we were moved by his humble and lovable mannerisms and then made him part of our family. 1 month have passed with his naughtiness, gimmicks and love, which gave us immense happiness and pleasure which cannot be described in words. I have also rescued another canine friend, Snoopy, for about 3 years ago. Oh, by the way, this is Snoopy. Snoopy never allowed any dog to even enter into our house, but Vicky was an exception to the rule. Unfortunately, Vicky's mother has passed away with a deadly virus which is known as Canine Distemper by passing the said disease to Vicky. Canine Distemper. It is a virus which affects several body systems including the gastrointestinal, respiratory tracts, spinal cord, collapsing of the entire nervous system which leads to paralysis. It begins with symptoms like high fever, eye inflammation, eyes and nose discharge, difficulty in breathing, vomiting, loss of appetite, hardening of paws, etc. Disease duration and severity depends mainly on the dog's age and their immune system. Unfortunately, Vicky was affected with a said disease and to the extent of 90% paralysis of his body, which made him totally immobile and disabled. He suffered with every symptom as mentioned. Few days after being affected with the virus, his body system started failing slowly. His respiratory, intestinal and neurological systems have got affected so severe despite of me taking him to the hospital every day without fail. He lost his voice, eyesight and many worse things have happened to him. At a point, vets have given up on him and suggested our family to take a recourse for mercy killing. But that's where you need courage and strength to stand up and fight for the one whom you love. Myself and Vicky have fought and struggled together, and each day was tough and a blessing for both of us. It was such an intense journey with continuous care. Me and my family whimpered and cried as we see him struggling. The emotions were sensitive, but we have been through it. Few days were hard, few days were good, and some days left me hopeless. Each day I was feared to wake up to the moment where he does not breathe anymore. But both of us never gave up. It was possible only because of the support of my parents and my grandmother. From paying the exploding medical bills to cleaning the urination of Vicky for every 3 hours, they have been through this intense journey with me. And I cannot stay silent without thanking them. For about 2.5 months, he fought like a warrior and showed all the survival instincts to be in full bloom of life. Seeing his positive attitude and happy results, we renamed him as YODHA, which means a warrior. I thought God heard to all my prayers and my little soul friend started showing positive indications of getting healed. It was rewarding to see him act like a typical normal dog. He started to breathe normal. The discharge from his eyes and nose started to disappear. He became vocal. He was able to see the world again with his beautiful deer-like eyes. To our utter shock and surprise, he started to have food like before. Later, after a month or so, he started to improve by sitting one side and trying to crawl with the only limb which was working. And he came to a stage of sensibleness that he even avoided urinating at the place he was sleeping. He used to crawl for about 10 feet with all his might from the place of sleeping to urinate and return back without making any sound, with an intention that my mother's sleep should not be disturbed. After all the positive results, me and YODHA have revisited the same doctor who suggested mercy killing, has confirmed that YODHA has tested negative and praised both of us that love conquers all. He was shocked with the progress, that no puppy which gets affected with this virus would ever survive, and this is something beyond science. He has enthusiastically changed the medicines. Impressed by its recovery, he prescribed other few food supplements for his overall growth and for the revival of nerves. Then I also started consulting various other expert doctors, where they suggested me to do physiotherapy to him so that one day YODHA could walk like before. Me and YODHA have travelled about 25 kilometers for a surgeon's appointment during lockdown, which I can never forget that journey in my entire life. He did not allow me to drive, as he loves to rest his head on my hands and lap. It is such a disgrace that a city like Hyderabad, claiming itself to be a happening city, it does not have even a single rehabilitation center with a qualified physiotherapist and equipments for the canines. Shaken! Thank you! As suggested by the doctors, we have started to do physiotherapy on our own. With constant exercises, his limbs started to respond, and I had a great hope that one day he would walk, run, and jump into my lap with all his love. Despite all our efforts, Providence had its own say. Suddenly, he stopped eating for an entire day and was suffering with vomitings. We rushed to the hospital immediately, and the doctor has told that nothing has happened to him. It might be due to some indigestion. But YODHA had severe loose motions, and on June 5th at 10:03 a.m. he passed away in my hands, which devastated me entirely. He left us after fighting against all the odds, with a strong attachment with us and a bond which created beautiful memories despite him being paralyzed. But his eyes had a deep penetrating look into my eyes as to why I did not get him vaccinated. That look is still haunting me. I never knew that a 45 days old puppy is eligible to get vaccinated, and the 7-in-1 vaccination is a weapon and a shield which protects the puppies from canine distemper, hepatitis, coronaviral enteritis, parainfluenza, parvovirus, leptospirosis, and anti-rabies. They need to get vaccinated so they do not suffer from these untimely health issues. Loss of our little YODHA is a pain which is still shattering and traumatic to us, and we are still unable to reconcile. I don't want anybody to undergo such type of indescribable pain and agony. I request everyone to look out for more such cases by doing our bit in preventing such heinous diseases, cause it is absolutely preventable unless they are vaccinated on time. And if possible, also try to vaccinate the stray dogs in your locality so that they do not have such a painful death.
Do share this video and acquaint every pet owner so that they need not say a goodbye to their loved ones before leading to their untimely demise, which causes deep imprinted pain, agony and sufferance. Please do spread this word, voice out against such heinous diseases and save our poor friends.